Welcome back. I'm Dr. Elise Martin. In the previous episode, we explored why repair in autism doesn't always hold, not because the body resists healing, but because healing must coexist with a world that never stops applying pressure. Today, we take the next step. Because once signaling is restored and protected, one question remains: how does the system learn to stay regulated? The answer lies not in chemistry alone, but in rhythm, circadian rhythm, sensory rhythm, behavioral rhythm. This episode is about entrainment, the process by which biological systems synchronize themselves to repeating environmental cues. And in autism, entrainment may be one of the most powerful and overlooked therapeutic tools we have. Every cell in the body keeps time, not metaphorically, biologically. Within each cell are molecular clocks that regulate metabolism, hormone release, immune activity, and gene expression. These clocks are synchronized by external signals such as light, darkness, feeding, movement, and temperature. When these signals are regular, the system aligns. When they are chaotic, the system fragments. Autism is not caused by broken clocks. It is shaped by clocks that never fully synchronize. The circadian rhythm is more than sleep and wake. It orchestrates digestive enzyme release, gut motility, bile flow, hormone secretion, neurotransmitter synthesis, immune surveillance. In a healthy system, digestion ramps during the day and quiets at night. Melatonin rises in darkness, while cortisol peaks in the early morning. Growth hormone pulses during deep sleep, supporting repair and plasticity. In autism, these rhythms are often flattened or delayed. Sleep onset is late. Night waking is common. Morning arousal is difficult. Digestion lingers into the night. This is not behavioral resistance. It is misalignment. The gut is one of the most circadian-sensitive organs in the body. Acid secretion follows a rhythm. Motility follows a rhythm. Microbial populations follow a rhythm. When eating occurs late into the evening, when light exposure extends far past sunset, or when sleep timing shifts unpredictably, the gut never fully resets. This has consequences: incomplete digestion, altered pH cycling, microbial overgrowth, persistent inflammatory signaling. Circadian disruption keeps the gut in a semi-active state, and a semi-active gut keeps the nervous system alert. Sensory input is not just perception, it is data. Light tells the brain what time it is. Sound signals safety or threat. Touch modulates vagal tone. Movement informs spatial orientation and energy demand. For individuals on the autism spectrum, sensory input is often amplified, poorly filtered, or inconsistently integrated. This does not mean the senses are too sensitive. It means the system lacks rhythmic context. Without predictable patterns, sensory input becomes noise, and noise disrupts entrainment. The vagus nerve links sensory input, digestion, heart rate, immune tone, and emotional regulation. It is one of the body's primary entrainment pathways. Slow breathing, gentle vocalization, regular movement, predictable routines, all signal safety. When vagal tone improves, digestion improves. When digestion improves, signaling stabilizes. When signaling stabilizes, sensory tolerance often expands. This is why interventions that appear behavioral can produce biochemical effects. They are not overriding biology, they are guiding it. Behavior is often framed as something to manage. In systems biology, behavior is something to leverage. Meal timing, sleep timing, exposure to morning light, consistent routines, predictable transitions. These are not rigid controls, they are timing signals. They tell the system when to activate and when to rest. For individuals with ASD, consistency is not preference, it is physiology. A nervous system operating with limited signaling margin cannot afford constant unpredictability. Irregular schedules, late nights, variable meal timing, inconsistent sensory environments, each forces the system to stay alert. And chronic alertness suppresses digestion, flattens hormone rhythms, and maintains somatostatin tone. This is why progress can stall even when biochemistry looks improved. The system never receives a reliable stand-down signal. It's important to clarify something. Entrainment is not about control, it is about predictability. A predictable system can relax. A relaxed system can digest. A system that digests can signal. and a system that signals can learn. Over time, entrainment builds tolerance, not through exposure alone, but through rhythm. When circadian and sensory rhythms stabilize, digestive interventions work better, microbiome interventions last longer, neurotransmitter support becomes gentler, behavioral gains consolidate. This is why entrainment often feels like a multiplier. It doesn't add new inputs, it improves timing. The ultimate goal of entrainment is not permanent scaffolding, it is autonomy. As the system learns rhythm, it requires less external structure. Sleep stabilizes, sensory tolerance expands, digestion becomes more resilient. The system begins to anticipate rather than react. That is regulation. This content and other content on this channel is for informational purposes only and should not be considered medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult with a healthcare professional before making any changes to your health routines or treatment regimen. As we close this chapter, I want to thank you for joining me on this journey. Recovery in autism is not only about correcting what is out of balance, it is about teaching the body when to act and when to rest. Circadian rhythm, sensory input, and behavior are not secondary considerations. They are the language the nervous system understands best. When we provide rhythm instead of chaos, predictability instead of noise, the system does not resist. It aligns, and alignment, over time, becomes resilience.